Everybody, I wanted to talk really briefly about relative sea level change and how we record that. And there's a really interesting study that was published last year in 2019. Scientists study sea level using corals, which grow close to sea level. So you can see the levels at which corals are at below today's sea level, and then you can use that to study sea level rise. And the Red Sea is a pretty good place for this because corals are really well preserved there. And these scientists back in 2019 studied an event 125,000 years ago, which is when the Earth was actually warmer than it is today. I talked briefly about that yesterday. And they found that sea levels during this 125,000 year event were up to 10 meters higher than they are today. This is due to melting of Antarctic and Greenland ice sheets. They also found that during this time period that sea level rose about a meter per century, which is much more rapidly than is happening today. But this offers a really strong warning as to what could happen in the future. As I've said before, we really don't understand how glaciers behave totally. And so it's quite possible that glacial melting could happen a lot faster than what we've predicted recently. So this is a really interesting event from the past. 125,000 years ago, sea level rose by up to 10 meters during this time period. You can see that during in this illustration here, relative sea level on the y-axis. This is age on the x-axis. This 125,000 year event is here, and you can see sea level rising by about 10 meters or so in this y-axis here. And in the middle, right around here, you can see how rapidly it is rising, about 1 meter per century, which offers a dire warning for the future if glaciers started to melt as rapidly as they did back in the past.